Hello you lovely people and welcome. Today I'll be showing you how to take off and land off of the USS America using DC Design's AV-8B Harrier II. This is the India Fox Techo variant of the USS America, which is an amphibious assault ship, and it doesn't move, has no TACAN or ILS, and is pretty much an island dressed up to look like an assault ship. So let's jump aboard and get things kicked off. Now before we get cracking, there's just one thing I need to show you. If you have the America class and Tarawa class, we shoot down the end here, you'll come across a yellow line. This is the nozzle rotation line. The idea is once your nose wheel touches that line, you rotate the nozzles and get on your merry way. Not before or after. So we're now inside the Harrier. Just have a quick look around, take it all in. Right guys, right, so looking around the cockpit, we're going to do a double check to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. As you can see just up here that the stability, augmentation and Q-fuel aren't switched on, so we'll switch those on. And looking up from here, put the flaps into stall, the HUD master mode to VTOL, making sure everything's where it should be, which it is. So like I said before, when I showed you the nozzle rotation line, the idea is to throttle up, let the brakes off before the tyres start to run away, throttle up all the way to the stop, and then once we get to the nozzle rotation line we're going to rotate to 60 degrees. You can set that up on your stow stopper, but we're going to throttle up, coming up to the line, rotate, and up we go, gear up, leveling out, staying low, flaps up. Just going to clear out the way of any more departing aircraft, get back on runway heading, so we're going to turn back in now. And once we're a decent distance away we can then pull up into our mission starting point. So throttling back as we don't want to be all the way to the stop for the flight, and now pulling up to my mission height of 5,000 feet. Rolling over, leveling out, and we're on our way. Right, so approaching the assault ship, the usual technique is 350 knots at 800 feet, and we approach from the starboard side of the carrier. And then what we do as we pass the island, we'll count to 3, we'll brake to the left into the circuit, and now we're coming up to the island. Three, 2, 1, brake. And we've put the HUD master mode into VTOL, and we're decelerating as we make the turn. Don't want to be losing too much height. Taking a look back at the America making sure that we're going to get parallel on the downwind. As we start to make our downwind, this is where we're going to get dirty. Okay, leveling out, gear down, flaps down, and we're going to nozzle out to 60 degrees. Okay, so we are coming off the back end of the carrier, so we want to start making our turn in now. Okay, keeping that vertical velocity indicator not too far off the horizon, otherwise we'll drop like a stone. Okay, so let's nozzle to 70 degrees, keeping the turn nice and smooth. Don't want to lose any more height or gain any more speed. And keep that witch's hat on the horizon. And we're just going to keep this turn rate up until we start to approach the port side of the carrier. And as we make our approach, we will now nozzle to 77 degrees. We don't want to be too close to 82-85 degrees, otherwise we will just get ourselves into a hover and not move any further. We want to keep a small momentum going forward. We don't want to lose speed too quickly, but we do still need to lose the speed. So 77 degrees, and just keep it coming along the side of the ship. We're going to throttle back ever so slightly just to lose a little bit more height. We want around about 200 feet. And as you can see, I nozzled down to 82 degrees, creeping up nicely along the side, making little adjustments between 77 and 84 degrees just to keep the momentum going till we get the sweet spot that we want. Bringing the witch's hat up, as we now need to maintain a hover before we can cross onto the deck and make our landing. So pulling up a little bit more, okay, and nozzling down to 85 degrees, and maintain that hover as we come across starboard. Counteract the side slip there, and now we can throttle back ever so slightly to maintain a nice gentle descent all the way until we hit the deck. Making sure that we don't make any erroneous movements. Try and land on that line. I'm slightly left of it, unfortunately. Throttle right back, let it settle, and then you can clean up the aircraft. Nozzles to 0, flaps up. Alright guys, put the kettle on. Okay, so that was taking off and landing on the USS America. If you got this far, thank you very much, and as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.